Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 11 and a little teaser. We got some brand new information from the casting crew. After Season 10 Episode 22 had wrapped up, they posted a video where they did like a bit of a recap on the characters and what was happening in Season 10 and how it kind of leads into Season 11, and they also gave us a little bit of a teaser. So I wrote down some of the important things that I wanted to discuss, and I want to break it down and give my thoughts on it, and have a little bit of a Season 11 discussion. You guys in the comments down below can let me know what you think about these stuff. So basically, like I said, we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff that I thought was important in the video that I wrote down, and we'll break it down and talk about Season 11. So with that being said, obviously general spoiler warning in case you are not caught up with The Walking Dead. And then also, if you're a fan of the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button because we still have a lot of Walking Dead content coming up, including Fear the Walking Dead, which is airing this week. And then Season 11 is going to be airing in the summer, which is awesome. So be sure to subscribe if you're a fan. But other than that, let's get into the video. So the first thing they talked about was how these extra 6 episodes were like a build up to a big Season 11. And, I like the way Gimple put it. He said, and everything I'm saying, by the way, is just paraphrasing. It's not, word for word. But Gimple said, he made a really good analogy. He said, this is the overture of a very intense and loud symphony coming. So, yeah, I mean, that's what these extra 6 episodes were. They were setting up Season 11 stuff. And even some of the Season 11 stuff actually came into the extra 6 episodes, which we'll talk about in just a second. But yeah, I mean, these were the setups, character stuff. I know a lot of people, especially with the first, pretty much, episode 17 was really good, but once it really started, deep diving into, individual characters, people weren't too happy with that. But these were, that's what they were trying to do. And that's their goal. It wasn't like they just accidentally made bad episodes. They were trying to make character episodes to set up Season 11. And then obviously they had restrictions with filming and stuff like that. And then Season 11, I think, things will just be normal again and really good. And Lauren Cohan also added to this. She was talking about how when Maggie and Negan come face to face again, which tells us that they probably will. I'm assuming they would anyways because he came back to Alexandria. But anyways, going back to Lauren Cohan, she said, when Maggie and Negan come face to face again and, he returns to Alexandria, it's going to create some messy unraveling as we contend whether Negan can be redeemed, and whether if Maggie can forgive him. So a couple of interesting things there. So we're going to see, Maggie and Negan come face to face again, which is really, exciting because we didn't really get to see that in episode 17. We did, but I was just expecting more. They sort of just looked at each other, and then Negan did actually talk to her. He said that it's not what it's, I didn't escape, that's what you're thinking. So Negan, did talk to her, but Maggie just sort of left. So definitely interested in seeing what Maggie has to say to Negan. Like, we know what she has to say, like, internally. Like, we can see it from her facial expressions. Obviously, she's very angry. But, I would definitely be interested in seeing, like, what a conversation between them now would look like. And then also, contend whether Negan can be redeemed. That's obviously referring to Maggie, because I think a lot of fans would already argue that Negan maybe is redeemed because of what he's done in the past. But, whether he can be redeemed for Maggie and, whether Maggie can forgive him. I don't know. I feel like, I see a lot of people also saying this. A lot of you guys in the comments down below have also been mentioning this, that if Negan, like, saves Herschel Jr. or something like that, like the same way he kind of saved Judith, like if something happens and, he has to step up and he saves Herschel Jr., that could be a big step for Maggie to forgive him for sure. And that's sort of been something that a lot of people have been suggesting, and stuff like that could happen for sure. But I think, besides that, like, I don't see Maggie ever really forgiving Negan. I see them sort of just living together and that's it, and, dealing with each other. And, Maggie's probably going to be at the hilltop anyways, so they don't even have to see each other that much. But I think it's going to be something along those lines if they rebuild the hilltop, which I think they will. I hope they do. I think it'll be nice to see the hilltop again. But I also know they're going to be really busy with the Commonwealth. So we'll see. But That would also be interesting if Maggie just stays in Alexandria. That would really be more interesting for that dynamic, Negan and Maggie. But even Angela King herself, after episode 22, the extra 6 episodes, the end of the episodes, Angela King sort of gives like a recap and an analysis of the episode. And at the end of episode 22, when we had that scene between Negan and Maggie, and Negan and Maggie were just looking at each other, Angela King kind of teased that in the first episode of season 11, Maggie's gonna wonder if she can live with Negan, and she ultimately chooses yes. So she already kind of tells us, that they're gonna have to just live with each other. I don't think it's that big of a spoiler. It does seem it's a pretty big thing to say, but if you kind of think about it, that's what episode 22 was all about. Like Negan leaving and then him coming back. I don't think they would send him back again. So that's essentially what episode 22 was all about. So now in season 11, they just have to put that behind them and work ahead and move forward. Again, I don't think they'll ever be the best of friends. They'll just have to deal with each other. You guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about that? The next thing that Angela King was talking about was the Reapers, or all of them. A bunch of people on the casting crew were talking about the Reapers. Remember, the Reapers, we only saw them in episode 17, and they did say that we're gonna see more of them in the future. So the Reapers were first a season 11 thing, I believe. And Angela Kang said that the Reapers are out there and there's going to be some reckoning. Gimples described them as incredibly formidable and incredibly ruthless. And yeah, that's a good way to explain it, because the episode 17 sequence, and episode 17 was really good. I really did like that episode. That sequence when they were all in the woods and we had the Reapers shooting at everybody left and right, and Maggie's entire group essentially got taken out so quickly. That whole sequence had me at the edge of my seat because it was just really, really, tense. Like, we had arrows coming from all over. The group was out in the open, and we had no clue who was attacking them. And then once we met them, they seemed pretty scary. And then also Denise Huth, she was talking about the Reapers as well. She said, this is a whole other level that they are going to be up against. And at the end there, remember the guy told Maggie, Pope marked you. So they have some connection with Maggie. I think that goes back to when she was traveling and going to different communities. So hopefully we learn more about that. I'm assuming we will, because it looks like we're also going to be getting them in season 11. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think about the Reapers. Like, what is the connection to Maggie? I feel like maybe Maggie's group did something bad to them in the past, or maybe they were in a fight with them or something like that. But yeah, they were just, it had to be something, because they didn't even talk to Maggie. They just started attacking her group and, killing her group. So that was kind of scary to see. So there had to be something pretty big that happened in the past there. You guys let me know what you think it is. And then lastly, obviously, the Commonwealth. We have them coming up. Seth Gilliam said that the show is going to go in dark places. Paolo Lazaro, who plays Princess, one of the newer characters, she said that there's going to be a lot of trouble coming. So remember, she is with the Commonwealth, and they're going to get taken, like Princess and Eugene and them, they're going to get taken straight, I think, to the Commonwealth base, wherever that is. I made a video talking about a little teaser they dropped where we have an interview going on between Eugene and some Commonwealth person who I'm assuming is Mercer. So we know they're going to go straight there, but I'm also wondering what's going to happen to the rest of the characters, because I'm assuming they're going to deal with the Reapers, and then eventually they're going to figure out that their group is missing. They might go after them, or the Commonwealth could come back and find them. The Commonwealth could find them themselves. Because I don't think Eugene, Ezekiel, or Yumiko would say anything about their friends back home. Because of now that they met the Commonwealth, they know how big of a community they are, and I'm sure they're intimidating and a little scary, and I don't think they would want to get their friends into any trouble. So I think, unless it kind of just spills out or something like that, I think that's a possibility. But I also have to imagine that back home they're gonna eventually be suspicious, where the heck are Eugene and Ezekiel and Yumiko? And then they'll go after them, and they might even end up in that same place, and the Commonwealth could return. But yeah, season 11, it looks pretty packed. Obviously it's the final season, it's an extended season, so I'm sure the chunk of the season will have to deal with the Commonwealth and the Reapers, and mainly the Commonwealth. And it's way too early to talk about like the later part of season 11, but then eventually they're gonna have to start setting up the ending, which again I think it's way too early to talk about that because the show is still going to be going on until like mid to late 2022, but that's also part of season 11. So I'm super excited for season 11. It's awesome that they're going to be releasing it during the summer. Remember, August 22nd. So you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about all this? Definitely interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions about the Reapers and the Commonwealth and Negan and Maggie. As far as this video goes, I am going to wrap it up there, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Again, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit the subscribe button because we have a lot of Walking Dead content coming up. And as always, thanks for watching, please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.